everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over the Metroid Other M SAMUS ARAN action figure from Figma. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. So here's Figma SAMUS ARAN from Metroid Other M. A really bad game, but will this figure be as bad as that game? Let's find out. I love the color on this figure. It's a really nice gold. We have some really good orangey kind of bronze right over here. The greens are alright. Green over here, lime green, over there, dotted throughout the figure, painted poorly over here, and on the visor as well, and the chest. On the back, we have some boosters, which look really cool. Very nice. I don't think you can really plug anything into them, but they're awesome. We also have this little thing on the back you could port into. I don't really need it that much. And yeah, just a really nice, sleek-looking figure. The sculpt is really well done on this. It's just like the character from the game, even though I don't want to play it for a long time. The head over here looks very, very good. You can move down, you can move up, you can move around a little bit. We have these nice silver tubes. The green and the red matches this red really well over here. The figure can also move around on the armor plate, which looks really nice. Very simple armor plate for the Varia suit that can go out for the arm, down, all the way around, swivel on the bottom axis at least. And you have a hinge for the elbow going up this far on this side. Looks really good. You can kind of do it double joint over here. This really can't move all that much. It's just static, but we'll see stuff for it later. We also have this elbow moving over here. Very high amount on that. And we have a swivel and a hinge for the hand right over here. Looking very good. Same movement up at the top. We also have a swivel over here. We have a back a little bit, forward, tiny bit. We can go side to side a little bit. It's a little squeaky in a way. The hips don't really do much, except for they can move down a little bit or up and move up all the way, then back, and then up a little bit, crashing into that, and inwards. Strangely enough, you can get a cross-legged pose. It's pretty interesting. It can also swivel a little bit up top, swivel at the knee a tiny bit, goes up this far, down that far. I believe it's a single joint. I can't really tell if it's double. No, it's a single joint, kind of, basically, for Figma. Swivel down there. We have a down and an up, and then a pivot for the rocker. And we have toe joints, which are really cool. And something I gotta mention is that this figure is really spiky. Really, the knees and the feet, especially, are very pointy. So these right over here, they're actually, they can hurt. So just be very careful with them. This is an import figure with different standards than figures for children. So yeah. Samus looks really awesome in this. So a couple criticisms here are some of the joints over here don't really, they kind of just gap. You have to really work on them to just put it all together and compose the figure in a way that works. The waist doesn't really move all that well. I want it to. I don't know why there's a cross-legged pose. I'd rather have some kind of splits pose so she can kick in a way. This leg does fall off set time to time, and this one too. These plates on the inside, these sort of rubber hydraulic pieces, don't really want to actually function that way, which is kind of a shame. They don't want to work as well with it. Look very separate from the whole figure. I know that this is this color, the same, it matches, but it doesn't really work well together aesthetic wise. It kind of bothers me a lot, and it's kind of a bummer. The bottom of the shoes are really nice color, like this kind of dark silver. So why can't we have this kind of dark silver over here? This doesn't make much sense to me. It's not have to be really, silvery and shiny. I just wish it was a little bit shinier on those parts. I do think that, yeah, because it's a joint, fine, but it could be shinier. And also, these green pieces could be shinier. They could be some kind of translucent material. And yeah, and these boosters could have something with them too. I just find that there are some lackluster things with the articulation and paint. But the presentation at first glance looks awesome. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. So as far as accessories for Samus goes, she comes with this hand that is a nice little splayed out hand. Very detailed, looks really good actually. Very nicely done. Articulates really well. You can get a lot of good posing out of it. That wave at the end of Metroid Prime 2, maybe if you want to. But other than that, it's a really good hand for this figure. Another hand would be this more relaxed hand right over here. It ports in pretty easily. It's a good hand for a handshake or something like that, or any kind of give me something You know, collecting a bounty maybe. Huh, she actually does that sometimes. Or just like down boy in a way. But it looks nice. The green line, that looks good. The articulation is still pretty good. It does come off pretty easily though, so that's kind of a shame for that. She also comes with this stuff holding hand figure for when she needs to hold stuff. I'm not even sure why she has a stuff holding hand with no stuff to hold, but you can give her other stuff from other lines, I would guess, and make it look just better that way. I'm not sure. It's just a stuff holding hand. It holds stuff. She also has a fist which she can punch enemies with if she ever needs to punch. You know, Other M was a very action heavy game, so that kind of was a big component of that. It's a really good accessory. It hinges well. It just looks really good. The plating on it's really nice. The fingers look really good on that. And last but not least, one of my favorite accessories for any Samus figure is the thumbs up, which she does this for Adam Malkovich in the game. So yeah, it's a very actually story-driven, integral part to the character right here. This accessory. I'm not sure why it was in the game, but I'm glad we have a thumbs up from Samus, and that's actually pretty awesome. As far as Samus's arm cannon goes, it's a really nice piece over here. Looks very good. You know, the coloring's nice. There's a little scratch right over here, I guess. I'm not sure why. Maybe it fell or something, or I got this one used. But you can take this port off right over here for the arm cannon. Actually, it looks pretty cool like this. I don't know. I like it. Looks really nice. You can port the missile launcher onto it. If I could find the right port for it. It's very finicky and difficult. There we go. Yeah. Good missile launcher right over here. Looks good and appropriate for the game. It has those little things coming out. But the only problem is no missiles. There's like no missiles for this figure, and that frustrates me. So taking this off and putting this back on, let's show off the actual stuff that this would go to. So first up is a single shot, I believe, wave beam. And that's fine by me, but the other accessory coming with this makes me wish that this was an ice beam. Having this be blue would make it look really nice. Instead of the upcoming, this is the wave beam shot for me. You know, that kind of like wavy pattern you have in the shot, in the fire. It does droop a little bit, so maybe you want to move it up, move to the side so it doesn't look as, you know, droopy and weird. But this looks really cool. I like this little wave beam shot. This could be a little more purple, and this piece should have been blue. But yeah, that's the accessories for her arm cannon, and I do like the wave beam one, but yeah, I wish that other one was blue. Samus also comes with a Figma stand as well as a morph ball. You can actually plug into the morph ball right over here and use it to do different things like in the game. I don't really want to monkey with it that much, but I find this looks actually pretty cool when you have it in the air. I'm not a fan of stands because I could see them, honestly, but it looks pretty cool when you know, do it like this. It's very sort of top heavy when you do it in this way, so having it as far up as possible, do a really high jump, doesn't really make much sense to me. I don't think I'll really be using this stand all that much, but the morph ball is a really, really integral accessory to Samus. It looks really nice. The green on the inside is really cool. The darker red harkens back to her helmet and her chest, as well as the gold pieces harken back to her body, and the rest is just the rest of her body. But I think it is a really nice color scheme. It looks really good as far as a morph ball goes. It's pretty awesome. Metroid Other M Figma Samus stands at about 6 inches tall, and Metroid Other M Figma Samus's morph ball is around 1.5 inches tall. She pairs nicely next to the Metroid Prime 3 Corruption Samus, and I think we have a good SAX scenario here, with one of them being the SAX, the other being the true and real Samus. Their morph balls look good together, but I just find that the Metroid Prime 3 Corruption does everything better that the Other M Samus doesn't. Except for the weapons. The weapons are really nice. I probably can just port them onto this Samus. Let me just give it a try real quick and see if it works. Yeah, there's a port. There's a hole. Doesn't work. Why? Why do that to me? Why? Why, Figma? Why? And also here's Jesse Hecht Creative. I don't know which one is the SAX. Which one is evil? Which one is good? Oh wait, the evil one is from the bad game. Overall, a pretty good figure from a very bad game. Metroid Other M didn't really break any sales records or anything, and I'm glad it's been basically retconned out of existence, but I am happy that this figure does exist, as it paved the way for the Metroid Prime 3 Corruption Samus that I hold in very high esteem. This figure has a lot of good accessories and a lot of great ideas. It's a shame they didn't really carry over some of it to the Metroid Prime 3 Corruption figure, but this is a good enough figure as any. It's a good Samus to get if you want the weaponry, but if you want a really amazing Samus, stick with the Metroid Prime 3 Corruption one. This one is fine, but there's a different Samus from this game that I think is way better for your collection. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching and keep being creative. Stay tuned!